How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today, I'm going to review for you the Northpointe Bank 5% APY checking account. Now, this checking account, you can earn 5% APY on up to $10,000. I'm going to review over these qualifications and show you what's the easiest way to meet these qualifications so you can get your interest as easily as possible. Northpointe Bank has this 5% APY checking account and they are FDIC insured. I checked the FDIC website for you guys, so it should be a legitimate bank. On $10,000, you get 5% APY, which is annual percentage yield. All you have to do is multiply those two to see that you get $500 a year. And this is actually a taxable amount. So whatever tax bracket you're in, let's say you're 25%, you would actually only get $375 of this $500. Anything over $10,000, you only earn 0.1%, which is basically nothing. There's also a $100 minimum opening deposit, which doesn't matter too much because if you're going to open it anywhere, you're gonna put a whole bunch of money in so that you can start earning interest anyway. Once you have that $100 in, you're actually not required to have any balance at all stored in the account. There are these nice perks to it, which is a $10 ATM fee reimbursement every single month, which means you can go around using some random ATM and then they'll reimburse you for the fees. There's a $3 fee reimbursement for person-to-person transfer, which I assume it's kind of like the Bank of America thing where you can send money to a particular person and maybe they charge you a fee to do this. So this thing is kind of worthless to me because maybe I use Venmo instead or PayPal. I'm not gonna go use this thing that has a fee actually. Now here are the qualifications which you have to meet in order to get this 5% APY. You need 15 or more debit card transactions every single month that is in person or online. You also need to enroll in e-statements in the beginning and also have a direct deposit of $100 per statement. It can be an automatic direct deposit of $100 or you can remove $100 from your checking account. Now, if you deposit over $10,000, it's a gotcha already because you only get 0.1%. This is basically nothing. And then every single month you have to meet these qualifications in order to get the 5% APY. It's sort of like a landmine. You have to do this every single month in order to get that interest rate. And guess what? If you only made 14 debit card transactions, you do not get this 5% APY and it drops all the way down to 0.05% APY, which is basically saying you get nothing. One thing I want to note here is that you can just put this $10,000 in a high yield savings account and you would already get 1%, which means 100 of this dollar is automatic already if you just start up another different account. So doing all this action here only nets you $400 more per year. Now you gotta subtract taxes on that to see what you effectively get, but let's just call that $400 for now. This 15 debit card transactions, you could go and use your debit card everywhere, try to buy small things, but it's likely going to be difficult if you want to keep track of 15 debit cards every month. It's going to be a lot of work. What I'm thinking that you could do is just buy Amazon gift cards every single month, 15 times for 50 cents, which is the minimum amount that you can buy in Amazon Reload gift cards. This is the reload kind where you don't have to type in all those letters all the time. You just go, oh, I want to put 50 cents into my account, and you just do this 15 times, and possibly you can meet this debit requirement just maybe with 10 minutes of work. Alternatively, you can use PayPal to pay a bill or whatnot and pay a penny or something, and you can do that 15 times, and right there you already met those debit transactions as well. Direct deposit does not necessarily have to come from an employer because you can have direct deposit coming from a savings account. You can have an online savings account such as a Discover account. You can funnel money right into this checking account doing a recurring transaction. So that would be considered direct deposit as well. So over here, I always like to think about how much time it costs me in order to make a certain amount. Now let's say I get pretty good at reloading my Amazon account and I can do 15 debit card transactions in let's just say 10 minutes. Now every single month I'm gonna go on Amazon, buy all these little 50-cent gift cards 15 times. So effectively I load $7.50 into my account. This takes me 10 minutes to do. Over 12 months, this is really 120 minutes, 2 hours worth of work for about $400. So this is roughly earning me at a rate of $200 an hour. Now this is a little different than working straight 2 hours because you have to remind yourself every single month and you gotta keep on going back. And this, I think, personally takes a little bit of mental workout here because you gotta go, oh, okay, it's that time again of the month where I gotta go back and use all the debit card transactions. Or maybe you have to log on to the account and check that you met 15 of them or whatnot. In general, just more housekeeping that you have to do in order to make this amount. Personally, I'm not too sure about doing this myself because it looks like a little bit too much work. If you're gonna go and use the account anyway, it might be worth it because if you happen to use debit cards all the time, then you can easily meet this, then sure, you can get your 5%. But if you're trying to churn this, get the account just to do this, and you're not even really using the debit card, you're using the Amazon reload method. I don't know, I think it's a little bit debatable because you go, oh yeah, that's $400 I didn't have before. All you have to do is do all this mental acrobatics, kind of housekeeping, accounting stuff. You're just kind of clicking uselessly. I think I can go either way, but I don't think I want to do that much of it. 10 minutes of mindless debit card transactions. Let's say we do 12 times amount here. Let's say we sit there for a whole 2 hours, keep on clicking to generate 180 debit card transactions every single month. And every single month, this 2 hours will net you $400. Now, let me ask you, does that sound enticing? Because doing all this clicking is very mundane, and do you really want to sit there and earn $400 via this type of work? I don't know, it might be worth it for you. I think it depends on the person. So I'll let you consider that yourself if it's worth it for you or not. So that's it for the review of this checking account. I know there's a lot of checking accounts out there that offers you an interest rate on the balance that you carry. Of course, whenever they give you a really good interest rate, such as 5%, they cap the maximum limit at a very low value, so you can't earn that much. Of course, you may not always get this high interest rate unless you meet all their qualifications, some of which is having a really high number of debit card transactions. I hope you enjoyed the review of this checking account. Don't forget to give me a like on this video. Comment down below, let me know if you already have a Northpointe checking account. If you're interested in supporting this channel, don't forget to check out my Audible link down in the video description below, where you can get a free audiobook, and even if you cancel the subscription, you can still keep the audiobook and you can help benefit this channel. There's also a 30-day free trial for Gamefly where you can try out a game before you actually buy the game. I also have a Patreon over here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.